Here is today's secret. Today is Friday. Welcome to EDIF, where every day is Friday. Get ready to ignite your passion for life, uncover hidden gems of wisdom, and embark on a journey of self-discovery like never before. Join us as we dive into the art of living fully, making meaningful experiences, and embracing the magic of everyday moments. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Dan. What up, party people? It's your boy D Buggy from Every Day is Friday and EDIF the Street. Whoo! Have I got a good show for you today? Man. First of all, if this is the first time you're joining, I promise you, everything's going to change. The way you see your life. And today, we got something real special. So stay tuned and don't forget to like this page and share it because the world needs to hear it. So I'm going to jump right into this today, ladies and gentlemen, because I've learned to live like every day is Friday, and I want that for you too. So here's what we're going to talk about today. And if you're listening, you're driving in your car, you're chilling, listen to me. I got something special for you. What we're going to talk about today is we're going to dive in to the power of thoughts. Now, listen to me closely. What you think about, make no mistake, you become. This is not hyperbole. This is not like something I'm throwing out there. This is something I've been practicing for 30 years, and I'm going to give it to you so you can start practicing how you see yourself and the person you choose to become. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there are techniques, there's strategies, but it all begins with a thought, right? So how they shape our reality, impact our emotions, and influence our success. Even Bruce Lee, as you think, you shall become. And that's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. And jump up in the chat, say hello. I know some people were looking for a shout out the other day. You don't want to know my thoughts. Listen, what up? The thoughts. What up, Georgie? What's good, baby boy? What's up, Daniel? Listen, everybody got thoughts, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to manage them, though. You know what I mean? But that's funny. Nice to see you, Georgie boy. Welcome to the show. So the thing is, I always tell people, right? The person, God bless you, D. You already know, my man. I love you, brother. The thing is, these thoughts that come into our mind, right? I mean, we have hundreds, thousands of thoughts each day. But there is a way, and there are techniques that you can kind of manage them to become an influence, to become a power in your life, right? Here's the problem. Is the mind is there to protect you. Mona Queen, smart girl. What's up, sis? How we doing, love? Right? Nice to see you. This is live and direct, ladies and gentlemen, right? The thing is let me share a story about something that in my mind that happened to me. And I'm going to share something real personal with you. So if you're driving, you're listening, check this out, man. I didn't get to this place without any kind of situations, without traumatic situations, without being hurt, without struggling. All of us do. Look at Mike Tyson. If you look at his life, ups and downs in the public, can you imagine if all of our lives have brought out into the public, not just the good things, because no one posts their struggles on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, but I'm going to keep it real and authentic with you because the alternative to problems, all right, think about it, is we're dead. But it is. Because the people that are dead don't have any problems, don't have any thoughts, don't have any dreams. But I know 10, 15 years ago when I lost my father-in-law, and in the same year I lost my mother-in-law, and my job was optimizing. And I bought a business and invested a lot of money, and I got sick in 2 weeks, and I had to give that up. This all happened in a year. The loss of family, the loss of someone people I cared about, My father-in-law was a father to me. My job was going south because they were optimizing all kinds of stuff. I bought a business, invested all kinds of money, and then I got sick really quickly and lost that as well. I've never experienced something like that in my life, that kind of loss. And I know you can relate to what I'm saying. And believe me when I tell you, it hurt. It hurt a lot. It impacted my life tremendously. So what brought me back, right? I started saying, I have to embrace. And I want you to listen to me because this is really deep, and I know you can relate to what I'm telling you. I learned that in this life, for all of us, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's something that we have to embrace. It's something that it's going to happen to us. And you're going to have to deal with it. You can't run away from it. Lost my mother last month. George, now losing your mom, how painful, it's painful. That's something in my opinion, you don't heal from it. It's just my take on it. There's just a place in your heart that can never be fulfilled, right? Like your mom, your dad, those are memories that nobody can take away. But I realized that my pop and the people that I've loved would want me to become a good dad, a good person, a family man, a community guy. And I started all these negative things and I haven't, it's going to be hard. Georgie, I'm going to tell you, man, that's the hardest thing to do is replace it, but it's okay. In my opinion, you don't have to replace it. You see, what we have, Georgie, is I always tell my family, you got to make memories. And George, I'm going to give you something, man. I remember when my father-in-law passed away and my mother-in-law, and the priest was there, George. You know what he said to me? He said, they don't die. Right, Mona? I remember your mom and dad. Come on, man. It's my man. You know what I'm saying? Papa Duke in the building, Mona. Stays with you forever. And so I told my family, we got to make memories. I mean, it's good. You got to make a living, but you got to make memories. So when you get older, you have a lot to talk about. And Georgie, if I was you, we always talk about my father-in-law. I talk about my friends that I've lost. I've talked about my mother-in-law. I talk about good situations that I've had, bad situations, because it keeps the memory alive and knowing that someday, and I believe, and I truly believe this, that I will see them again. And they'll be waiting for me. But know they're looking down on you, man. And know that they're here. They're not gone. They're right here. And that's what the power of thoughts are, right? The power of thoughts are taking control of the negative thoughts. Because, you see, your mind is there to protect you. So it's fight, flight, freeze. It has a negative connotation to it because think about it. And these are facts, lady. I've done thousands of hours on this where, think about this, Mona. Think back in the days, we were running from dinosaurs. I'm just saying. We're like running from like Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's a true story. And it's like your brain is from all the way, right? You know what I'm saying, Georgie? You're running from dinosaurs. And the things were always like this, like this. But what happens is there's a way how the mind works. And there's a cycle of thought. Then you get this emotional feeling. Then you take action, and then there's a result. You know what I'm saying, Mona? We did, right, Mona? We ran from dinosaurs. So now we got to change that reptilian brain, right? That's in the back, and we got to start kind of managing it and replace it every day with little habits, which I'm going to share. I'm going to share something with you at the end of this show that you can take with you. Small, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, especially in the morning, to get that positive, uplifting, lift me up kind of attitude that you could bring throughout your day. Because if you start your day banged out, I'm telling you right now, here's something I'm going to give you real quick. I'm going to digress. Don't start your day angry. I'm telling you, when you start your day angry, I'm letting you know, it takes all day to recoup that positive, loving, uplifting feeling because your brain is like, oh, I'm amped up. So you know what I do? I think of something real positive. What's up, Dino boy? What's good, my brother? I think of something really positive in the morning, right? I listen to something that's uplifting. It's going to get my mind right for the day. And I've done this for 30 years. So there's this positive loop and then there's negative loops. And listen closely. Like this page and share it because the world needs to hear this. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm going to be here for the next 30 years, hopefully, right? Every time a negative thought comes in, like, I really can't do it. I'm not really sure if I can make it happen. You need to immediately come up with a scenario to go, that's fake news. Not when I can't do it. I can do it. I am going to become music. There you go. There's a tactic right there. Mona, thank you. Why does music make you feel good? That's a positive thing that brings you back to good memory. Mona, let me ask you a question. Remember back in the days when we go to the spots? Boom, 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 boom. I'll give you one, right? I'll give you, is it? I was gonna give you a beat right here, right? And when you hear certain songs from back in the days, where do you go? You go to that good place, right? You go to a place that kind of makes you feel good. You know what that does for me, Mona? I'm gonna be real with you. When I watch Grease, I'm telling you straight up, Mona. When I watch Grease, I don't know. I thought it was John Travolta when I was a kid. I had a little thing in the front. I'll do a little Grease lightning. But you know what? That movie, for some reason, makes me feel good, right? So you know what I decided to do? I started to do things and hang out with people that made you feel good, that want to see you win, that want to see you happy, that ain't hating because haters are just undercover supporters, right? Well, look, there you go, Dino. You're bringing me back memories from Bedford Park. Yo, what up, Tommy Boy? Bay Road. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm going to ask Tommy Boy, Dino, my man Willie from the Bay, all my crew from Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, all my crew from the BK, like Jersey peeps. I've been out here a couple of years. When you think about the times at the park, tell me those memories don't make you feel good. Dino, we played softball. Now, remember the softball team we had? We were wild, but we won a championship, the Untouchables, right? Good times, getting in the car afterwards, going to the spot, having a couple of drinks, celebrating the championships. Mona, going to the Palladium, going to Roseland. I mean, I talk to my crew all the time about the memories because we made a lot of them. We were Gen X, right? We were always in the street. That's why I don't regret nothing. I'm so thankful I'm able to draw from these memories. And Billy, music makes you feel good because your brain remembers your baby years when your parents, that's a good, handball, really? Woo, smiling like crazy. You see what I'm saying? Like, so your brain is going to take you back to the traumatic times. And I'm going to give you something. Listen to this. This is a gem. What up, D? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So think about this. All of us, none of us leave this earth unscathed. Nobody. But I work with a lot of clients. I coach a lot of people, right? I wouldn't change a thing neither, D, at all. Your handball, yes, handball V-Park, you'll already know, right? So say you had something traumatic happen to you in your life. Say it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something, you lost a loved one or you lost your job or mentally you just got into a bad space. And that memory hurts. Like, for example, there are people that live till 75 but die at 30. Because they had a traumatic event at that time, whether a loss, a divorce, a loved one, and it hurts. War, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens, man. And as you go through life, right, you always go back to that time and it doesn't make you feel good. But here's what I noticed. Listen, take this with you guys, because this is a gem. What happened 10 years ago or 15 years ago, it doesn't leave your brain. But here's the kicker. We're no longer there. Your mind, when you bring it up, listen closely. You all been through traumatic stuff, boys, girls, men. We all have. Look, I have too, man. I'm not Jesus, okay? I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, traumatic situations that hurt me internally. But I had to push through them, and I found tactics and strategies, and I've read and I've learned to cope with them and manage them and thrive through them, because I learned that what happened when I was 15, 20, and 25, I'm 54. I'm not in that place anymore. I'm not in that traumatic event anymore. I'm not in that situation anymore. I've evolved. I've gotten better. I've learned more. I've evolved more. I've grown more. I've earned more. And at the end of the day, I go, wait a second, D. You ain't there no more, brother. Your mind, your memory may be there, but think about it. All of you here, like this page and share, because this is something that really changed my thought process where I'm like, wait a second. You're right. I'm not longer that kid and that grew up and things happen that put me in a dark space. I've been there. But I also was able to see the light and get out of it. And I developed these tactics and strategies to be like, yo, check this out. There's another thing I want you to take with you today, all of you. When you think about what's coming, instead of saying it's not going to work out, things are going to go south. I don't know what the future holds. I'm worrying about this. You got to give that to God first and foremost. He'll take care of your worries. He'll take care of everything for you. He'll take care of your needs. He'll take care of your troubles. The thing is that think about the logic in this, okay? Where you are today, you got to rewrite your story. See, you got to divorce your old story and you have to marry a new one where you are right now. And I want you to think about how much you've grown, the small wins that you had in your life. And listen, if things do go south, because we can't predict the future. I mean, they're predicting climate change. They can't even predict a snowstorm. How many inches? So come on now. Let's keep it 100, right? So the thing is that, wait a second. No, I'm not in that position I was before. It's where I am today and where I want to go. So I got to zoom out a little bit. And you got to give yourself some credit. And you have to realize that instead of things not working out, you know what? Every day, I'm going to give you some tactics at the end of the show that you can do to rewrite your story, to reinvent who you are. Because every next level of you, everywhere you want to go, everything you want to become, you have to become next level yourself. See, you have to see the person you want to become. Say, for example, you want to be a realtor. What do good realtors do every day? I want to be a craftsman. I want to be whatever. You have to become that person. I want to be a good dad. What do good dads do? I want to be a good mom. What do good moms do? I want to be a community person. What do community persons do? It's all here. Thoughts and your imaginations is what you become. So when you wake up in the morning, you got to say, no, today's going to be spectacular. I'm going to set some goals. I'm going to set some things. I'm going to go after them. And at the end of the day, if things go south, I'll deal with them when it happens. I'll deal with it when that time comes. Because check this out. I want you to go back just for a minute. I want you to think, zoom out and go, how many things I've already been through that I've grown through, that I've made it through, and how many scars do I have on my body? Those are battles that you've already won, and you're going to continue because adversity gives you strength. So I've learned with Every Day is Friday, from a little idea, to embrace life as it comes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's the best part because it's all part of God's plan. And you hear me mentioning God, you probably haven't heard that from me when I was a kid, when I grew up, because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the Bible. And I'm not trying to throw religion on nobody, but there's a moral code to this life. And it doesn't mean you're soft. It doesn't mean you're square. It means that you're following something greater than you. And there's some great stuff when I read it and I execute it and I believe in it because God gave everybody a gift. He's already placed it in you. And your gift and your dream is yours, not somebody else's. It's your path. It's your thoughts. It's where you want to go. It's your success. It's your goal of where you want to wind up. Nobody else's. Now we all are wiser. And Mona, I'm going to share something. That's a great point. And I got a little prayer at the end. I want you to stay with me. It's a small thing that I've lived my whole life. And lately I've really got back to that. And never punish yourself, wreaking your life over things you can never change, any death or trauma. Nah. You know what, brother? You can't change what happened yesterday, but you can rewrite how you look at it. You can change your story to change your outcome. You could look back on life and say, I got no regrets. The wisdom that I know today, I didn't know back then. So don't beat yourself up, to Mona's point, that because you're wise today, you can't take that wisdom and apply it to what happened 30 years ago because you didn't know any better. So chill out. Relax. Give yourself a little bit of credit because we all go through some stuff. And I remember that when you have these reoccurring negative thoughts, every single day, small habits got to say, nah, I'm not feeling that way. No, I'm not going to live that way. No, I'm not going to live not a life of love, a love of giving, a love of helping, a love of becoming the best version of myself that I'm supposed to be. You see, the richest place in the world, my friends, unfortunately, is the cemetery. Because everybody dies with their hopes, their dreams, their aspirations because of other people's opinions. And the saddest part about it is I always tell people this. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And that means you got to go into the jungle with nothing. You got to go to it, no knives, no guns, no nothing. And you got to go through that jungle and you got to hit with some thorns. You're going to go through this. You're going to get cut with that. You're going to go through this. You're going to go up. You're going to go down, but it's going to build that character. But if you're not in the arena and you're not going after the life that you always wanted, your life is going to be the way it is. And I'm not knocking the hustle. Everybody has the way of doing things, but no risk, no reward. That's why I'm thankful that I'm blessed in many ways to have that attitude. Like I'm jumping in the arena. I want to get this life. I want to be good at handball, basketball, football. I want to be a good community person, councilman. I want to be things because I've been blessed with things, and I want to get out there and live the life because we don't get to do this twice. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't get to come back and do. It's not a do-over. This ain't a dress rehearsal. I've been talking about this since I'm a kid. You deserve more. What you want. And I remember a friend of mine that worked for me, and nobody believed in this kid. True story. He wanted this life. He came from humble beginnings, and he wanted to be something successful. And I was his boss at the time, and nobody would buy into this kid. Nobody. He was a salesman, assistant manager, but nobody believed in this cat. But he believed in himself. And I saw his belief system that he was so hungry and wanted this life so bad that I told him one thing that I think changed his life. And he said to me this the other day. He said, D, you said something to me that changed my life. He said, become so good at what you do that they can't ignore you. And I'm not going to mention his name, but he knows who I'm talking about. Not only did he get promoted, he became a manager, a director, has a beautiful family now, 2 beautiful children, fulfilling his dream, bought his dream home, his wife, his kids, his job, because he believed in himself. And sometimes it takes a long time to get that confidence to know that you are worthy. Maybe someone said something to you when you were younger that hurt your feelings. I get it. Maybe you had something traumatic happen to you that you went through that you don't feel like yourself. But you don't have to set goals today to become the best version of yourself. You don't have to set anything. Say, you know what? Today is the day I decide that I'm going to rewrite my story. I'm going to learn to love who I am. Don't change for anyone. It's very difficult to become someone you're not. Imagine going on the road becoming somebody you're not. When you were born, somebody you already are. We have a tough time loving who we are because it's the thoughts that we have to learn to manage and put them in a positive light. This guy knows who I'm talking about. And the things that we do is we're constantly self-doubt. And here's what destroys dreams. You compare yourself to other people. It steals your happiness. It steals your joy because you don't know what other people are going through, bruh. So instead of comparing yourself to other people, just know that each day you'll get 1% better, Focus, because where focus goes, energy flows. And is it possible? I mean, look at the president. What we do here in this country is we make the impossible possible. And I'm saying that's what makes America great, is we look at adversity, we take it for what it is, and we push through. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of it's a pursuit of happiness. It's a pursuit of the life that you want. But it's up to you to set that goal, have thoughts of intention to get after it, slow and steady habits that have to change to get there. And I'm going to share a few with you before we leave. So if you're caught up in these negative patterns, you don't have to be like that anymore. This brain is a supercomputer, and you can rewire those neurons, those electrodes, but you have to invest time, little time each day, to rewire from negative to positive. And I promise you, your life will be not only successful, it'll be extremely fulfilled. What up, Lucinda? How you doing? You ever think after having a loss in life or a bad experience that there is no God? Yo, Georgie, I'm going to share something with you, bro. And I'm going to tell you some story because I keep it real with you. When I was a kid, I didn't believe in God at all. Zero. My mom was an atheist. You know, I didn't have any religion when I was growing up. I didn't really follow anything because, believe it or not, my mom was Jewish. You know, my father was Catholic. And then a lot of times I would say, why do I believe in God if my mom and dad got divorced? It was very tough for me and my sister. We were 11 and 7. We moved into public housing, which was very challenging for a single mom. It wasn't easy for her at all. So a lot of things I was going through, and I hit the street to find out what life was about because, no disrespect, my dad was doing his thing. And so I'm like, God, why do you put me in this position? Why do you leave me like this? Why did you take my dad away? Why did you put my mom into this situation? Bro, I went through these trials and tribulations, and I doubted it. So I never believed in it. And then something happened to me, bro, and I met somebody that talked God to me, and I still didn't get it. And Georgie, until I had to ask him for help. And I'm going to share something deep, man. It was, I don't know how many years ago it was, but it was a good 10, 15 years ago where I was away. My kids were probably 6 and 3, probably. I've said this story before, but I'm going to tell it to you, George. And I'm in Tennessee, and we're in an RV with my family and my sister-in-law, my wife, and the kids. And we're in Dollywood. I'm going on roller coasters all day, and I'm having a great time, but it's 100 degrees out, bro. And during that time, that 100 degrees, it was hot, sweating. I go back to the RV park about 9:30, took a shower, come out, and my sister-in-law goes, Darren, you're turning gray. I said, what do you mean? I looked in the mirror. My face was turning gray and green. I walked out of the RV, George, true story. I stopped 10 feet. I couldn't move. I started seeing stars. My heart rate went from like 76 to 190 in 1 second. I couldn't breathe. I was hardly breathing. I felt like a rock. I couldn't move. George, I'm telling you right now, I thought I was having a heart attack or a stroke and I was going to die. I've never felt that way, bro. And I've never called an ambulance. That moment I turned to my wife. I said, call an ambulance. She goes, what? I said, call an ambulance. She was running through the RV park because I've never said that. And I thought it was over, bro. And I mean this, George. It changed my life. I turned to the RV and saw my little daughters crying. My 6-year-old, 3-year-old, hysterical crying. They're going to lose their daddy. Whew, I could feel it, bro. At that moment, this is true. Take this with you, bro. At that moment, I said, God, I know I never prayed to you, but please don't take me away from my family. I promise you, I'll give my life to you. I'll pray. I'll do, just don't take me, man. They can't be without their daddy, right? And at that moment, I'm telling you, George, I felt this thing come over me, buddy, that I was going to be okay. And I didn't even hear the sirens. I didn't hear the cop cars. I didn't hear people talking. I just knew I was going to be okay. And then as it went on, I started hearing things. And they told me to sit down, and they put me on this thing, and I still couldn't compute what was happening. They asked me to go to the hospital, and you know what I said, George? No, I'm okay. They said, you got to go to the, and I said, no. True story. So I'm staying right here. I'm good. Ready? It took 2 hours for my heart rate to drop. 2 hours, George. Eventually, it dropped. Went back to normal. Since that time, George, I know that there is a higher power. And he saved me. And now I pray. My daughters pray. We believe in the Bible. And don't mean, listen, man, I'm still who I am. But I'm very thankful that I have God in my life, knowing that there is somebody up there. Because I know he touched my life. And he'll touch yours too, man. You just got to believe. And that's what I started to do. So I wanted to share that story because something that changed my life forever. And hopefully that hit your heart today, bro. Take it with you. Because as of this moment, I've prayed for a lot of things. I say things every morning, which I'm going to share with you right now. I'm going to share something with you, George, and everybody on my feed today. I want you to take this with you today because this is something I do every morning. And it can truly transform my life. I have better days, happier days, smiling days. I have a better attitude. It doesn't feel sometimes, George, but you got to have faith. Got to have faith, knowing that it's going to be okay. It's not going to happen on your time. It happened on our time. It happened on God's time. We all going to the same place. Our loved ones just beat us there. Great point, Dino. We're all going to the same place. What up, Margaret? How you doing, baby? Some of us just beat us there. But while we're here, what are we going to do? So I'm going to give you something. Please do this. And next week, we'll talk about it because every week, I'm going to give you some tips and strategies you can do that can give you, and I think the new rich is peace of mind. And I'll tell you, that's what I got. I got peace of mind. And it's beautiful, man. And I want to give it to you. So what I do every morning is I wake up before I get out of bed. Here's the first thing I do. And take this with you. Write this down. Like this page and share it because this is something compelling and it works. I'm telling you. Here's the first thing. When I wake up, before I get up in the morning, as soon as I open my eyes, I say 3 things I'm grateful for. Every day I change it. I'm thankful for my pillow. I'm thankful for, my blanket. I'm thankful for the air that I breathe. I'm thankful for my family. I say 3 things that are really important. And then I say today's going to be the best day ever. Then I kiss my wife. I kiss my daughter. Kiss my other daughter. Then I go downstairs. And then I play something, Tony Robbins, something positive, something uplifting, something that's in personal development that's going to make me a better person, right? And that's like a half hour, 40 minutes. And then I say things, what I'm grateful for. What are the things that I've been blessed and I'm so grateful for? And I do it time and I write it down. And then I picture all the best case scenarios, not the worst. I'm not dealing with that. I'll deal with that if it comes. But I want to say, what's going to make my day great? So my thing is, here's how I shifted my mindset. When a thought negativity comes into my mind, I know it's not real. It's just a thought. My brain is constantly going. I'm like, that's not real. Today's going to be a great day. I'm going to do something positive. It's not going to be negative. It's not going to be terrible. I'm not going to lose my heart. When it's my time, it's my time. But I want to get the most out of this life. And how do I do that? I start early in the morning with certain kinds of the TGIF method of getting my mind right. Hopefully it hits your heart saying you could take it with you. Number 2 is replace what if it goes wrong with what if it goes right? What if it goes right? Yo, at some time, check out the video. I'm doing music and definitely, holy smokes, and you're right. I thank my landlord every day because I'm fortunate to be me. You know what, Bill? You might as well be you. You know why? Because everybody else is already taken, brother. And I truly mean that. You see, when you realize something, Bill, or anybody on my feed today or listen closely because I keep it real and 100. This shit is authentic. There's no hyperbole here. Life is mad fragile, bro. When I realized when I almost died, that was just a few times we was in the clubs, some wild stuff happened too. I was like, whoa, how do we make it? But when you're a kid, you could care less. But I know that in any given moment, it can end. It can end right now when I'm talking to you. It's not on me. It's up to the man upstairs. So I'm going to live this life purposeful. I'm going to live this life to the best of my ability. And I'm going to design it. God, family, country, freedom. Every day is Friday. Friends, community, and the New York Yankees. I'm just saying. I had to throw the Yankees in. I mean, I can't. I had to throw it in there, right? So that being said, you're able to design your life spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically. It's up to you, man. The only person that stops you is you. So there's a couple of key points. Thoughts shape your reality, ladies and gentlemen. Change your thoughts, you change your life. Make no mistake about it. But every day, a positive thought has to come in. Check me out. I post every day on Facebook. Usually something positive to get your mind going completed. I recognize negative patterns and I use tools to get rid of them. I do small daily practices every morning. So I challenge you next week, ladies and gentlemen, to my EDIF crew, who's been with me for a long time and hopefully a longer time. We developed a TGIF method. I have a workbook now, and I'm actually doing my first training today at 2:00. From an every day is Friday to now teaching people how to live their best life, because I'm just the guy that helps people with their self-worth and helps you rewrite your story. So this week, take like 5 minutes each morning to send a positive tone for your day with empowering thoughts. And next week, we'll talk about it. Because I promise you, if you do this on a daily, slow and steady, not only will you be happy, the people around you will be happy as well. And I truly mean that. So I want to leave with a little prayer. It's a small little thing that my mom gave me this a long time ago. I want to give it to you. God, grant me the serenity for the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Take this with you today and listen. Hopefully jump on a page, jump on EDIF, some friends that need some positive uplifting, going through some stuff. Tell them to come to the street. Tell them to join Every Day is Friday. Hit me up on the DM. You know what I'm saying, Mona? That prayer just gives it to me, gives it to my heart, because that's God's work, man. And at the end of the day, I just believe God's a creator and we're all creators. I live like you're talking. That's me to a T. Happy mentally through my body and pain. I don't want anything to stop me. Power Theater's time I was booed. Nothing stopped me. That's the most important part. So just please, every week I'll be here, 12:00 every week, 12:00 Tuesday. I'm going to commit to you. Hopefully you guys can commit to me. And you know what? We can grow together. Because in this life, ladies and gentlemen, we're not here to save ourselves. We're here to save each other. I know you got me. And I'm thankful for allowing me into your life every single day. I really appreciate it. Love to you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. And each week, don't forget, 12:00 Tuesday. This is how we make it happen. Until then, much love to you all. Yo, love you. I'll see y'all soon, all right? You guys have a great day. Till next time. Peace. Woo! Yo, love you too, Mona. You know what time it is? This is how, yeah. Here's a little music, Mona, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give it to you, right? Ready? Uh-oh. Bring the noise, trooping with the Lost Boys. Got a crew made of many with some brand new toys. So here we come, so with the rigged rough flow. Just bringing it back a little bit, feel me? Thank you for coming, George. Happy Friday every day, baby. Thanks to all you people that commented. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for sharing. I can't wait to see y'all next week. Until next, y'all know about that, Mona, right? I'm gonna be like this. I'm giving it to him, Mona. Right? This is how we do it. Come on, Mona. Ready? And with the wicked tower kick it. Don't try to flip it. When we rip it, we kick it to the hole like I was Scottie Pippen. Oh my goodness. No, I'm going back. We had a great time. Yo, till next time, y'all. Much love. We changed a little, but in our heart, we stay the same. Till next time. I'm going to do it. Love you, buddy. Peace out.